talking about something that can make English learners surprisingly nervous, going back to school and having to speak English from the very first day.
Maybe you need to introduce yourself, ask where a classroom is, understand your schedule, talk to a teacher, or start a conversation with someone you've never met before. Even simple English can suddenly feel difficult when you're surrounded by new people.
So today, we're going to practice natural English you can actually use at school. By the end of this conversation, you'll have useful phrases for the first day, classroom situations, meeting classmates, asking questions, and talking about your school routine.
All right, Anna, are you ready to go back to school?
I think so. Although I have to admit, the first day always makes me a little nervous.
Really? You seem like someone who would be completely relaxed.
I might look relaxed, but that doesn't mean I feel relaxed. There's something about walking into a new school or a new classroom that makes me start thinking about everything at once.
Like what?
Where am I supposed to go? Who am I going to sit next to? Will I understand the teacher? What if everyone already knows each other? What if I walk into the wrong classroom?
That last one is a real fear.
It really is.
Actually, I walked into the wrong classroom once.
You did?
I did. I walked in confidently, sat down, took out my notebook, and started looking around. Then the teacher said, "Welcome to advanced chemistry."
And you weren't taking chemistry?
I was looking for an English class.
That's not even close.
Not even a little. I quietly put everything back in my bag and said, "I think I'm in the wrong room."
That's actually a very useful sentence. I think I'm in the wrong room.
Definitely. Hopefully you never need it, but it's good to know.
So imagine it's the first morning of a new school year. You arrive at school, but you're not completely sure where your classroom is.
You could approach someone and say, "Excuse me, could you help me find room 204?
That sounds polite and natural. You could also ask, do you know where room 204 is?
Right. Let's practice that. Anna, you're the new student, and I'm another student standing in the hallway.
Excuse me, do you know where room 204 is?
Yeah, it's on the second floor. Go up those stairs, turn right, and it should be the third classroom on your left.
Sorry, could you say that one more time? I got the second floor part, but I missed what you said after that.
Of course. Go up the stairs, turn right, and it'll be the third classroom on your left.
Got it. Third classroom on the left. Thanks for your help.
No problem.
And notice what I did there. I didn't understand everything, so I asked you to repeat the part I missed.
That's something English learners should feel completely comfortable doing. You don't have to pretend you understood something when you didn't.
Especially at school. If someone gives you directions, explains an assignment, or tells you something important, asking for clarification is much better than guessing.
And you don't always have to say, "I don't understand." You can be more specific. For example, "Could you repeat the last part?"
Or, sorry, what did you say after turn right?
Or even, "Could you say that a little slower?"
All very useful.
All right, you found the classroom. What happens next?
Now comes another uncomfortable moment, choosing where to sit.
Especially when there's an empty seat next to someone you don't know.
You don't want to just sit down if you're not sure whether someone else is sitting there.
So what would you say?
I'd probably ask, is anyone sitting here?
Perfect. Let's continue the conversation.
Hi, is anyone sitting here?
No, go ahead. It's free.
Thanks. I wasn't sure if someone was saving the seat.
No, you're good. Are you new here?
Yeah, today's actually my first day.
Oh, nice. I'm Leo, by the way.
I'm Anna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Where did you transfer from?
I was studying at another school across town, but I moved recently, so this school is much closer to where I live now.
That makes sense. How are you liking it so far?
I've only been here for about 20 minutes, so I'm still trying to figure everything out.
Fair enough. The building can be a little confusing at first, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly.
I hope so. I already had to ask someone how to find this classroom.
That's normal. My first week here, I was constantly checking the map on my phone.
That makes me feel better.
Do you have a full schedule today?
Pretty much. I have English first, then math, history, and biology. After lunch, I have an elective.
Which elective did you choose?
Photography.
That sounds fun.
I thought so too. I wanted at least one class that felt a little more creative.
That's a good idea. My schedule's mostly academic classes this semester, and I'm already wondering if I took on too much.
What classes are you taking?
English, calculus, chemistry, U.S. history, and computer science.
That does sound like a lot.
I know. When I made my schedule, I was feeling very ambitious.
And now?
Now I'm questioning my life choices.
It's only the first day.
That's why I'm concerned.
Well, maybe it won't be as bad as you think.
I hope you're right.
By the way, you used the expression take on too much. That's a useful phrase.
Good point. If you take on too much, it means you accept more work or responsibility than you can comfortably handle.
So a student might say, I'm taking 5 difficult classes, working part-time, and playing soccer. I think I took on too much.
And unfortunately, that example sounds very realistic.
It does.
Now the teacher walks into the classroom.
And everyone suddenly gets quiet.
The first thing teachers often do is introduce themselves and explain what the class will be like.
They might also go over the syllabus.
That's an important school word, syllabus.
A syllabus is basically a document that explains important information about a class, such as assignments, grading, rules, deadlines, and topics you'll study.
And you'll hear the phrase, go over all the time in school.
Right. If the teacher says, let's go over the syllabus, it means let's review the syllabus together.
Teachers might say, let's go over last night's homework, or we'll go over the answers tomorrow.
Very common. So the teacher starts explaining the course, but there's one problem.
Let me guess, homework already?
Of course.
On the first day?
Welcome back to school.
All right. The teacher says we need to read the first chapter and complete an assignment before the next class.
But you're not sure when the assignment is due, so I raise my hand and say, excuse me, when is the assignment due?
Excellent.
Due is one of the most important words students need to know.
If an assignment is due Friday, you need to submit it by Friday.
So the teacher might answer, it's due at the beginning of class on Friday.
And you could say, okay, thank you.
What if I understand the deadline but not the assignment itself?
Then you might ask, could you explain what we're supposed to do for the assignment?
I like that phrase. What are we supposed to do?
You'll hear students use it constantly.
For example, what are we supposed to read?
Or what are we supposed to bring tomorrow?
Or what are we supposed to write about?
Or the classic question 5 minutes before class ends, are we supposed to finish this for homework?
And everyone suddenly pays attention.
Absolutely.
Now imagine the teacher asks everyone to introduce themselves.
Here comes the stressful part.
You hear, let's go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves.
And immediately nobody is listening to anyone else because everyone is practicing their own introduction in their head.
That is so true. You're thinking, my name is Leo. I'm from... Wait, what did the teacher ask us to include?
And as your turn gets closer, you become more nervous.
But your introduction doesn't need to be complicated. Something simple and natural works perfectly. For example, hi everyone, I'm Anna. I recently moved to this area, so this is my first year at this school. I'm really interested in photography, and I'm looking forward to meeting everyone.
That's great because it gives people a few easy things they can ask you about later.
Exactly. Maybe someone will ask about photography or where I lived before.
My introduction might be, hey everyone, I'm Leo. I've been at this school for 2 years. I'm really into soccer and technology, and this year I'm taking computer science for the first time, so I'm excited about that.
Natural, friendly, and not too long.
You don't need to tell your entire life story.
Please don't.
So after introductions, the teacher gives everyone a short activity to complete with the person sitting next to them.
Which means we have to work together.
Right. I look at you and say, do you want to work together?
Sure, what do we have to do?
I think we're supposed to read these questions and discuss our answers.
Okay, do we need to write anything down?
I'm not sure. I think the teacher said we just need to discuss them.
Maybe we should check.
Good idea.
Excuse me, do we need to write down our answers or are we just discussing them with our partner?
The teacher says just discuss them for now. You don't need to write anything down.
Got it, thanks.
See how many questions students naturally ask during class?
And most of them use simple English.
That's an important lesson. Speaking confidently doesn't mean using complicated vocabulary all the time.
Sometimes confidence is simply being able to say, could you explain that again, instead of staying silent.
Or asking, what page are we on?
That one is essential.
Especially when everyone suddenly opens their book and you have no idea what's happening.
You look around trying to see someone else's page number.
We've all done it.
Instead, just ask, "Sorry, what page are we on?"
Simple.
Another common situation is borrowing something.
Like realizing you forgot a pen.
Leo, do you have an extra pen I could borrow?
Sure, here you go.
Thanks. I thought I had one in my backpack, but apparently I don't.
No problem. You can give it back after class.
And "could I borrow" is a very useful pattern.
Could I borrow a pencil?
Could I borrow your notes?
Although if someone asked to borrow my notes 5 minutes before an exam, I might have some questions.
Fair enough.
Now the class ends.
Finally.
Already tired?
It's the first day. I'm allowed to be tired.
Fair point. So we leave the classroom and you need to find your next class.
Let me check my schedule. Math, room 318.
That's upstairs.
Do you know how long it takes to get there?
Maybe 3 or 4 minutes. You have plenty of time.
Good. I was worried I'd be late.
If you do arrive late, though, you can say, "Sorry I'm late, I had trouble finding the classroom."
That sounds much better than walking in and saying nothing.
Definitely. A short explanation is polite.
What about asking about the school itself? Maybe I want to know where the library is.
You could ask me.
Hey Leo, where's the library?
It's in the building across from the cafeteria.
Is it open all day?
I think so. It usually stays open until around 6 in the evening.
That's good. I might go there after class to get some studying done.
Do you usually study at school or at home?
It depends. If I really need to concentrate, I prefer the library because there are fewer distractions.
Same here. At home, I sit down to study and suddenly I remember 12 other things I could be doing.
Like cleaning?
I'm never that desperate to avoid studying.
Good to know.
But I'll check my phone, get something to eat, watch a video, and then somehow an hour disappears.
That sounds familiar.
The library keeps me focused.
And if you're looking for a quiet place, you could ask, "Is there somewhere quiet I can study?"
Or are there any study rooms available?
Good one. Now it's lunchtime.
Finally, something less stressful.
Unless you don't know where to sit.
Why does school involve so many seating decisions?
I don't know, but lunchtime can actually be one of the best opportunities to meet people.
So imagine I walk into the cafeteria and see you sitting with a couple of classmates.
I notice you looking for a seat and say, "Anna, you can sit with us if you want." "Thanks, are you sure?"
Of course, have a seat.
"I appreciate it. I wasn't sure where to go."
No worries. How are your other classes?
Pretty good, actually. Math seems like it might be challenging, but I liked the teacher.
Who do you have?
Mr. Parker.
Oh, I had him last year.
Really? What's he like?
He's a good teacher. He can be pretty strict about deadlines, but he explains things clearly.
That's good to know.
Just don't wait until the last minute to do his assignments.
I'll keep that in mind.
That phrase is useful too. I'll keep that in mind.
It means you'll remember someone's advice or information and consider it later.
For example, someone tells you the cafeteria gets really crowded around noon.
And you answer, "Thanks, I'll keep that in mind."
Very natural.
So, Leo, what do students usually do during lunch here?
Some people stay in the cafeteria, some eat outside when the weather's nice, and others go to clubs or study.
There are clubs during lunch?
Some of them meet during lunch. Are you thinking about joining one?
Maybe. I'd like to meet more people, and joining a club seems like an easy way to do that.
Definitely. What are you interested in?
Maybe the photography club, since I'm already taking the class?
That would make sense. I think they meet on Wednesdays.
Do I need to sign up somewhere?
I'm not sure, but you could ask the teacher who runs the club.
Okay, I'll do that.
And there's another useful school expression, sign up.
To sign up means to register or put your name on a list so you can participate in something.
You can sign up for a class, a club, a school event, or an activity.
For example, where can I sign up for the photography club?
Perfect.
After lunch, I go to my photography class and the teacher gives us our first project.
Homework again?
Not exactly. We need to take 5 photos that tell a story and bring them to class next week.
That actually sounds fun.
It does, but the teacher mentions that we can either print the photos or submit them online, and I'm not sure how the online system works.
Good opportunity to ask a question.
Excuse me, could you show me where we're supposed to upload our photos?
Very natural.
And if the teacher explains it too quickly, I can ask, "Could you show me one more time?"
Absolutely.
Sometimes seeing something is easier than hearing a long explanation.
Especially when technology is involved.
After class, I realize there's something else I need to take care of.
What happened?
I can't log into the student portal.
That's a problem.
So I go to the school office.
Let's practice that conversation.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me with my student account.
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
I'm a new student and I'm trying to log into the student portal, but my password isn't working.
Have you activated your account yet?
I'm not sure. I received an email yesterday, but I may have missed a step.
No problem. Let me take a look. Do you have your student ID?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Great. It looks like you still need to activate the account. I can send you a new activation link.
That would be great, thank you.
You should receive the email within a few minutes.
And after I activate it, should I be able to access my classes and assignments?
That's right. If you still have trouble logging in, come back and we'll help you.
Sounds good. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
That's another situation where learners sometimes get nervous because they have to explain a problem.
But notice that you didn't need complicated English.
I explained what I was trying to do, what went wrong, and what I needed help with.
That simple structure works in many situations.
Now it's the end of the school day.
You survived.
Barely.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Actually, it went much better than I expected.
See?
I found all my classes, met a few people, figured out my schedule, got my student account fixed, and I only got lost once.
That's a successful first day.
I think so.
Are you heading home now?
Not yet. I'm going to stop by the library and organize my notes before I leave.
On the first day?
I'm trying to start the year with good habits.
Give it 2 weeks.
Have a little faith in me.
I do. I'm just being realistic.
What about you? Are you going home?
I have soccer practice in about an hour, so I'm going to grab a snack and then head over to the field.
Busy day.
Very busy. And remember when I said earlier that I might have taken on too much?
I remember.
I'm starting to think I was right.
Well, if your schedule becomes overwhelming, maybe you can talk to your academic advisor.
That's true. I might give it a week and see how things go.
That sounds reasonable.
How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Much better than I felt this morning. This morning, everything was unfamiliar. Now I know where most of my classes are. I've met a few people, and I have a better idea of what to expect.
That makes a huge difference.
And I realized something important today.
What's that?
I don't need to know the perfect thing to say in every situation.
That's a great point.
If I don't know where something is, I can ask. If I don't understand an instruction, I can ask for clarification. If I don't know someone, I can introduce myself.
And if you walk into advanced chemistry by mistake?
I can leave immediately.
That too.
But seriously, I think learners sometimes imagine that everyone around them expects perfect English.
When in reality, most everyday conversations are much simpler than that.
You ask a question, someone answers, maybe you clarify something, and the conversation continues.
And every time you do that, speaking becomes a little easier.
Before long, phrases like, "Could you repeat that?" or "When is this due?" come out naturally without translating them in your head.
That's really what fluency is about. It's not knowing every word in English.
It's being able to communicate even when you don't know every word.
So if you're going back to school, starting a new course, or entering an English-speaking classroom for the first time, remember that you already have plenty of useful phrases you can rely on.
You can ask, "Do you know where this classroom is?"
You can say, "Is anyone sitting here?"
You can ask, "When is the assignment due?"
You can say, "What are we supposed to do?"
You can ask, "Could you repeat the last part?"
You can say, "Could I borrow a pen?"
You can say, "Do you want to work together?"
And of course you can say, "I think I'm in the wrong room."
Hopefully, you won't need that one.
But if you do, now you're prepared.
And that brings us to the end of today's back-to-school English conversation.
We hope this helped you feel more comfortable with the kind of English you might hear and use during a real school day.
Remember, confidence doesn't mean speaking perfectly. Speak clearly, ask questions when you need help, and don't be afraid to ask someone to repeat something.
Every real conversation is another chance to improve.
If you found this lesson helpful, please like the video and subscribe to English Talk channel for more natural, real-life English conversations.
And keep practicing these phrases out loud. The more you say them, the easier they'll be to use when you actually need them.
Thanks for spending this time with us today.
Good luck with school, keep speaking English, and we'll see you in the next conversation.
Bye everyone, and happy learning!